Sporetober day 12 and 11, because I didn't do a video yesterday for day 11 because it took a really long time, and I ran out of time in the day. It got too late for it to be reasonable to even to edit the video. It was really late. So Sportober day 12 and also day 11's thing, which was Prehistoric, and today is Futuristic. So let's get into Prehistoric. Or no, do a cut now. Wait, no, do it when I'm not visible. Ooh. Let's get to Prehistoric. Whoa! There's dust. It's dark. Why is it so dust? Ow! Ah! Ow! Stop the video. Go Prehistoric. I went that way because it's like backwards in time. It's like backwards in time that way. Backwards in time. To the left. Prehistoric. Prehistoric. Turn it off. Turn it. So, Prehistoric. Here we are. I'm gonna say that I knew, like always, from the start, what I wanted to do for this one. I wanted to do some sort of prehistoric bug, like Carboniferous period bugs, from that time, because I like it. I like the idea of giant bugs. So I tried to make one of those. The video has frozen for a bit. No, it was just me Googling stuff. Okay, so I was looking up whether they were like herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous. They were herbivorous. The specific ones I was going for, which were like giant millipedes, apparently the size of cars. So what I was doing here, because unlike modern millipedes, they were quite flat rather than round. They were flat, like to the side. I put loads of legs on it. I used those things to make it look flat. I made it big. It just wasn't looking right though. I wasn't liking it. I didn't know why I wasn't liking it. I found out that was the best thing for getting colour, because the whole thing changes colour, which is nice. I just tried redoing it over and over, and it just wasn't working. I put eyes on it as well, didn't even know where the eyes went. So you saw there was bugs, squids that was walking weird. So I just start over. Decided to go for like a prehistoric squid type thing, or well, the ancestor of like squid type things, where they had like shells. So I tried to do that, but all the big things just weren't looking good, and it would need a big thing, and big things weren't looking good. So instead, I made my final decision. Giant ground sloth. I'm making a giant ground sloth. They are I like them. They're big. They're like sloths. I just put the legs and arms in there as placeholders. What was that? Oh no, something I missed. I spent a while trying to figure out the mouth, because I didn't really know. They had like a sort of rectangular head on the top. Their mouth was like sort of going horizontally, like inward. There was head underneath the mouth, which was very hard to find a mouth that looked like that. So I thought maybe this one, but that looked a bit pointy on the end. So I moved away from the mouth thing a bit to work on the arms a bit, but then went back to it. thought that one was good, but then I finally settled on this one, which I've been using quite a bit recently for recent things, but it's just the closest thing I could find, I think. Back to the body, making the whole thing bigger, because they're big, they're really big. Even this probably isn't big enough, but maybe it is. The legs making them look like that. Then wasn't sure what to do. I thought I wanted something darker on the back. Went for that thing, which sort of looks like long hairs, like sloths have. Gave it ears because thought they looked good. Then I gave it a nose because that also felt pretty important. And then the tail, I was really happy with how this tail started. It started off a bit long, but really happy with how that tail turned out. Um, yeah, the hands. Well, there were also feet, but their hands as well, because they could use them as hands, I think. Um, but yeah, so I had to position those right. Wrote a description there. Changed the thing because I realised I had used like the coat thing was the only thing I had used the creepy and cute thing for, and the normal like hair thing works fine. I also found out that they may have been bold because of how big they are, but I like I went back to the hair look because it's just the most common one. But yeah, they probably were bold considering how big they were, like elephant size, and elephants are bold. So yeah, they need to have no hair to keep cool. And now that we've been to the past, we need to go to the future for futuristic. So, well, here goes. Whoa! Whoa! Where am I falling? Ah! 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 Oh, oh, it looks like the future. It's very dark in here. And bright over there. And sort of in between over there. Right, so now we are on to Futuristic, where I started by making a creature that I thought I could turn into like a futuristic looking creature. So I made this body, made it way smaller, gave it those legs that look interesting. Bit tall, gave it those eyes. Wrote futuristic, gave it those cell things, cilia, I think they're called. Made it a lighter yellow colour, but then thought the green was kind of suiting it. So I made it a light green. I gave it that base there, and then I thought about whether it was done or not. It was a very simple thing, but it overall that was the point of it, for it to be a simple thing, and then I would make it all futuristic looking. So I went into the space editor and made it futury looking, or tried and 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 tried to do lots of things for it. I just tried everything really. Um, yeah, I just threw everything that I had at it. I really didn't even know where to begin in the first place, and I thought maybe that's sort of interesting, have it encased, but it didn't feel like, well, it felt like a bit just like normal Spore space stage, you know? Like, it didn't feel futuristic, it felt like the space stage in Spore. So, I forgot the whole creature idea and moved on to a TARDIS. I thought, I like Doctor Who. I've been wanting to make a TARDIS for a bit now. This is the perfect time to do it. So, I got on that. I already tried a while back to make a bit of one, and I learnt some things doing that. So undoing that, all that there. Put arms on it, made it wave. I wasn't keeping the arms. Then I got to the very top of it where it sort of like slants up a bit, you know. It's not just a steep step, it's slanted a bit, you know, in all four directions. I couldn't figure out how to do that, so I just skipped it. Then it comes time to the places where the text would be. Now, obviously, I couldn't put text on it, especially with how I was trying to keep the thing really small, because the real thing really is small compared to like a giant spaceship you might normally have. It's small, so I wanted it to seem small, and so I put text things on it. Then onto the windows, found that thing which sort of had the right shape for the top, but it was a light and had a hole in the middle. Then we got those things for the windows, which I tried to make the separations, which I think was pretty smart on my part. It's a good idea. It worked. It worked very well. Then I took those window things and flipped them around and made them bright so that they could be like that. Yeah, and then I tried to do those things. Turns out those things actually don't show up because they're so flat and inside of the main body. They just don't show up when it's outside of the editor. Then I spent a while trying to figure out how to do the windows on the other sides, which it didn't take too long. But also I got that bar thing across them, which like horizontally separated them, which was nice. I didn't have something like that before, so it's good to have. Then the handle made all the things white, but the handle I couldn't get small enough. That's the smallest I could make it. I could make it a bit smaller, like on the vertical, but then it would be really round and it just seemed worse. Then I spent ages trying to find something to be that small circle thing. I think it's like a lock. Found so many things that were just way too big, but I eventually found that flower thing, which was good. And then this is the end. So yeah, we're reaching the end now. So oh no, I'm disappearing. My knees! My knees! Both my knees! Ah, 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 ow! Why do I keep doing this? Whoa! Oh dear. Oh, hello there. How's it hanging, man? Well, I've just been on a bit of a time journey, haven't I? Really brought the put the time and no. Oh, that's a lot of questions. Luckily, I won't have to worry about that for at least a year, and then 2, and then another 2. Oh, I have to worry about this a few times. Nothing to worry about. What was I talking about? Oh yes, Sporetober2024, day 12 is coming to an end now. It's actually here. The end is here. The end is now.